Sound of Metal has been stuck in my mind since I first watched it 4 years ago. I have never experienced a more nuanced, complex demonstration of complicated characters facing unexpected adversity in my short 24 years on planet Earth watching movies. Ruben, Lou and Joe had depth that reflected real people at all different points of their journeys, whether it was addiction, adapting to a new life, or in Ruben's case, losing your hearing. These were characters I saw reflected in my own life in loads of different little ways, and it really grounded me and it sucked me in immediately.
Well, then fucking support me! How's about that? Fucking support me, Lou! Huh? You don't want to be here?
Of course I do.
The movie follows Ruben, a former drug addict, and his girlfriend Lou, who grapples with her own mental health issues. Together they tour the country as a musical duo and balance each other's vulnerabilities in what's a delicate dance of survival. Throughout this time, the relationship has been a beacon of stability in what can be an otherwise chaotic world. But the balance they maintain is swiftly shattered when Ruben begins to lose his hearing, a devastating blow for anybody, let alone a touring musician. The moment Ruben's hearing starts to fade marks the beginning of a painful domino effect. He's effectively told to remove loud noises and environments from his life, which in turn would be stripping away everything that has been important to him. Imagine the impact of that. This man who's fought so hard to overcome addiction and keep his life on track suddenly faces the loss of his identity and purpose. The film asks us to put ourselves in Ruben's shoes and consider how would we react to such a life-altering event. The film's depiction of Ruben's hearing loss is visceral. There are these moments where his hearing just completely cuts out, and these scenes are scarily familiar. How many times have we experienced a ringing in our ears or a fleeting pain in our body and we just brush it off? We never assume that it's going to come back as a more serious issue later in life. The movie spends a lot of time almost eerily silent with little dialogue, and it makes the eventual conversations feel jarring. It emphasises the significance of sound in our lives and the void its absence creates. The silence sets the stage for Ruben's realisation that his life as a drummer, a recovering addict and a touring musician is crumbling. His hearing loss isn't just a physical ailment, it's a catalyst for everything in his life that he holds dear. It's another one of those moments that makes you reflect on your own experiences and what you're grateful for. Despite being clearly straight edge and it being made obvious, Ruben really quickly turns to smoking, and Lou just has to watch by his side in panic as her partner begins to unravel. It's not just Ruben's life that's affected here, it's hers too. We are watching two people lose something so close to them. For Lou, while not easy, she gets the opportunity to move on, whereas Ruben's got to face this and his life has to change forever. One thing I really appreciated was that it didn't ever feel like there was any unnecessary plot setbacks. There were no random van breakdowns, no extra obstacles. The real drama of the movie lied in the monumental challenges Ruben was facing. Growing deaf, losing his ability to drum, seeing his girlfriend move away, and watching his musical career disintegrate. These are heavy, realistic issues that don't need embellishment to keep us engaged as viewers.
Slow down, okay? Slow down. Yo, chill, dude. We're gonna be in a minute. Just chill, okay? Just slow down a minute. Look. This is so fucked up. Who's gonna be looking out for you over there? Mm-hmm. Who's gonna look out for you?
Okay.
Don't say that,
It's
guy.
okay. It's
Look,
okay.
I need more of a plan, Lou. I need more from you, Lou. I need more of a plan, Lou. We can't just fucking... Ah, Jesus, Lou, come on.
Ruben.
The group Ruben is directed to join is a group for recovering deaf addicts in the hopes that he will learn to understand that his impending deafness is not about fixing oneself but about the acceptance of what's happening. Lou, recognising what's best for Ruben, makes the difficult decision to leave him and almost force him to stay and face his new reality. Understandably, Ruben's reaction is a bit explosive. He destroys the RV in a fit of rage, unable to comprehend that Lou's departure is an act of love. It's a way of helping him in the only way that she knows how. And their parting kiss is bittersweet, a moment filled with so much unspoken understanding that she needs to go and he needs to stay. When Ruben gets to the group, we are kind of drawn into his world. We feel his frustration when the sound becomes muffled and communication becomes difficult. We aren't deaf, yet the movie makes us experience the isolation and confusion that comes with losing one of our senses. When Ruben first joins the support group, he sits in silence during the conversation, just as we do. Unable to understand what's happening around him, we are lost with him. His arrogance then prevents him from accepting his condition. He believes he doesn't need to learn sign language because he's convinced that his hearing loss is temporary and that he'll return to his own life soon. If he can just raise enough money to get cochlear implants, suddenly everything goes back to normal and we'll be fine. He continuously disrespects the group's rules in the beginning. He's using the computer to keep tabs on Lou, and his anger and frustration grows each time he sees her because she's moving on with her life. While Ruben's life has come to a standstill, Lou's hasn't. She can't wait for him indefinitely. One of the main characters that Ruben meets in this time is a man called Joe, a recovering alcoholic who went deaf during the Vietnam War. He is clearly somebody who has been through what Ruben's went through, in a sense, where he's lost everything and has had to accept the silence and what comes with that. And he tries clearly to set out these rules for Ruben to almost force him into at least trying to understand, trying to accept what's happening. And there's this powerful moment of symbolism when Joe catches Ruben fixing the roof and he just tells him that nothing here needs fixing. The scene underscores the film's central theme, that Ruben's journey is not about fixing what is broken, but about accepting and adapting to a new reality. The film leaves us with a profound understanding of Ruben's struggle and the difficult, often painful path to acceptance. Once Ruben is able to save up enough money, get the surgery for the cochlear implants, he returns to the group and tells Joe, not necessarily excited about it, but he's not scared to do so because he truly believes that Joe will understand. But everything that Joe has basically said up to this point is about how he didn't need to do this. There's no anger, there's no hostility, but there's just a clear disappointment on Joe's part. And he tells Ruben that it's time for him to go. He's crossed the final line. He can't stay. I mentioned that Lou got to move on with her life, but there was a little bit more to it than that. While them being together was a steadying force, and it helped Lou stop hurting herself, and Ruben got clean, there was an inevitable time limit on the relationship, with or without the hearing loss, in my opinion. In rehab, you're often told to remain single for at least a year into your recovery because it gives you a chance to adapt and grow without the reliance on substances or others. By separating, it allowed Lou to move on with her new life, ending up in France, distancing herself from her past, and besides that, it forced Ruben into facing the silence and what the next steps would look like for him without Lou in his life. The understanding between them towards the end of the film, where they realise that the relationship is over and it can't continue now Ruben has left the group and decided to get going with his life, is a bittersweet gut punch. They were making the right decision, but it's so hard to digest as a viewer because you always want them to win in the end. And really, that couldn't happen here. The ending of Sound of Metal leaves you with an appreciation for what you have, like I've never really felt before. You've gone through the 5 stages of grief with Ruben, and for a while you don't really know if he's ready to accept it until he decides it's time. He takes off his cochlear implants and embraces the silence.